Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack. We're back. It's Monday, June the 6th. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network, as we are back live tonight to go through the conference championships here as Colorado, of course, up 3-0 against the Edmonton Oilers, and the New York Rangers up 2-1 on the Tampa Bay Lightning, but did the Rangers blow an opportunity? We'll have to talk about that a little bit, and we'll dig into that. Also, some Canucks news as well that we'll talk about. But tonight is game 4, sorry, of the Western Conference final. The Colorado Avalanche are up 3-0, of course, against the Oilers. Vander Kane suspended 1 game for his hit early on Nazem Kadri. Kadri is expected to miss the rest of the series, no matter how long that goes. Jared Bednar said that he is back in Denver today, so we'll see going forward what's going to happen with Kadri. Looks like surgery, so there, but as well. So hopefully we do see Kadri back. But who knows about that? It looks like Dylan Holloway will make his debut for the Oilers, and the of course Holloway was a first round draft pick of the Oilers, and he's expected to make his debut. Looking to get an opportunity to get in. He was drafted 14th overall in the 2020 NHL draft, and of course, he's from Calgary. He played with Bakersfield this year, had 8 goals, 14 assists, and 22 points. So we'll see what he adds into the lineup. No changes in goal. Pavel Francouz going in goal for Colorado. He's been steady. Mike Smith, of course, has been, quite frankly, inconsistent. Some not liking the JT Compher goal that he allowed against Colorado on Saturday. But basically, win or go home for Edmonton at this point, and Colorado, they're going back to Ball Arena. The only question is will they bring the Oilers with them? Meanwhile, of course, in the other series, the New York Rangers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Lightning were down 2-0 late, and that was turned around late in the third, or they worked their way back yesterday. So, as I mentioned, I wonder what the Rangers, if this is a blown opportunity. You have the 2-time straight Stanley Cup champions on the ropes, and you gave them an opportunity to come back and win a game and get a little bit of life. And Tampa Bay threw 50 shots at Igor Shesterkin, who um, I wonder if he's a lead candidate for the Conn Smythe Trophy right now, the way he's been playing. But we'll have to see about that. But Palat scored with 42 seconds to go, and of course Tampa Bay tied it with Stamkos on the power play. Nikita Kucherov, a goal and 2 assists to lead the way. Victor Hedman, 2 assists. Zibanejad and Kreider scored. Zibanejad had 2 points in the game. Panarin a couple of assists. So that series will continue on Wednesday. Meanwhile, in the WHL, the Edmonton Oil Kings and Seattle Thunderbirds have played their first 2 games. Thunderbirds come away with the win in game 1, I think, stunning a lot of people there with that victory in coming into Edmonton and taking that game the way that they did there. For sure, didn't look good. 2-1, the Thunderbirds won that game. And on Friday, as Michael Rempe and Connor Roulette scored for the Thunderbirds, Carter Souch for the Oil Kings. And Oil Kings peppered 44 shots at Thomas Milic, who stood his ground, though, and made 43 saves. And then in yesterday, the Oil Kings scored 4 goals in the second period. Luke Prokop had 2 goals. He had a big night. Carter Souch, Justin Sordoff scored as well. Michael Rempe, Lucas Sevskoski scored 2. Jared Davidson in the game. And then, of course, but the Oil Kings come away with the 5-4, not an overtime win. So as Brendan Cooney scored his first. Luke Prokop had a big game as well. And it was the first time that the Oil Kings have allowed more than 25 shots at home in the playoffs. Prokop had a big game there, and he had 2 goals and 2 assists to lead the way for the Oil Kings. So those two teams will be going back to back Tuesday, Wednesday in Kent, Washington. Keep an eye out. Of course, WHL and Area 51 providing coverage as well with their recaps. Follow Liz Child as well, as she has been tweeting both through those games. Also, in the AHL, watch the Stockton Heat as they lost their first game in the Western Conference Final. They will play tonight. The Chicago Wolves. Jamison Reeves scored 2:27 into overtime on Friday night, and the Wolves are up on the Stockton Heat 1-0. Some other NHL news to get into as well, as the Lady Byng winners will be announced tonight. Another award, of course, Daryl Sutter winning the Jack Adams Award, Patrice Bergeron winning the Selke Award, Kyle Connor, Jacob Slavin, and Jared Spurgeon are up for the nominees for that. Of course, just before that award is given annually to the player chosen best to combine sportsmanship, gentlemanly conduct, and ability, as voted by the Professional Hockey Writers Association. So we'll find out about that. The Montreal Canadiens have announced the signing today of Chris Weidman, as he got a 2-year deal with the Canadiens. He could have been an unrestricted free agent on July 13th. 20 goals, 52 assists, and 245 NHL games for the Senators, Oilers, Panthers, and Canadiens. He had 23 assists and 27 points, tied with unrestricted free agent Jeff Petrie. Of course, that will be one of the questions that the Canadiens are looking at in the offseason. Of course, the Canadiens, of course, have the number 1 pick. And Patrice Bergeron, questions about his future. He is having elbow surgery. He's going to need about 10 to 12 weeks to recover. So that's delayed a decision-making process for him. We will see if he returns for a 19th NHL season. So we'll have to see about that with Patrice Bergeron. So that is the news for today. Of course, again, we are back live tonight. Sean, Tyler, Devin, and I are scheduled to join. Of course, you can follow us all individually on Twitter. Sean Beardy Connect 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Devin Gordhouse 09, Chris Schneids SCHNEIDZ. I am KEVULE. We'll be back with another Shifts and Pucks tomorrow. You can, of course, find us Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Network. Thank you very much for watching and listening. We'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.